that he was behind. And he's being shot at. They're shooting tear gas, left lethal bullets at him and everything. He's behind this overstuffed chair going down the street like this. It was outstanding. It was one of those that, you know, only happens once like that. But
you got a concussion that day?
Huh?
You got a concussion that
I got a slight one that day.
Don't do that today.
No. May 1st, I got a major concussion. You know, it took me about 7 months to get over that one. Yeah, I got a billy club.
Ow. And that was here in Oakland?
Yeah.
What did you guys do here for that? What did you guys do here for that day?
Well, let me see. Good gosh. May 1st. What the heck happened that night?
General strike.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, that started off pretty crappy. I mean, I knew something was going to happen because a couple of marches before, the Fuck the Police marches, they started shining their flashlight on me. You know, I suddenly noticed that there were 3 or 4 flashlights. You know, when they were doing that, they were identifying people in the crowd to get at some point.
Yeah.
So I had my bicycle helmet with my cop watch stickers on it and all that, to, you know, so people would know, you know, I was cop watching. I had my camera and all that. And May 1st, though, I had, because I had been aware that they were focusing on me. So in the meantime, between this and then, I ordered online a police riot helmet with a shield. So I was wearing that day. With cop watch stickers all over it. And they were double-timing me down the street. I'd gone to eat with my cop watch buddy. She decided not to, when we came out there, you know, this is an illegal assembly. If you do not leave, we may use less lethal weapons, or you might be removed physically, which might result in serious injury. You know, they were warning us.
Yeah.
And, you know, they were double timing back. And what I had done January 28th to save a little aggression didn't work. As they charged down the street, I stepped between 2 parked cars. You know, so the second time I did that, one cop told me to get on the sidewalk, get moving. So I started moving, and then they grabbed some guy for no apparent reason, started beating the crap out of him.
They do that, grab people for no reason.
Yeah. So I stopped, you know, my cop watch instinct went on, and so I stopped, and the cop, you know, who had been dogging me along, kept keeping me moving along. He had a nightstick. He was, they call it port arms. They do it. And cop came up to me and went, boom! You know, knocked me. It was so hard, it knocked the helmet off my head.
Wow. And the helmet's supposed to protect you.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, the face shield saved me from physical injury.
But it got your head.
Oh yeah. I was kind of.
No more concussions.
Yeah. I mean, it took me a long time for that to balance out.
I bet. That's
you know,
scary.
that was really scary. I mean, it's not the first one I've gotten, so I kind of knew what to do, but it was the most intense one I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
You know, I was worried there because I'd had a migraine for like 6 or 7 months. It took before it went actually away.
Those suck,
I mean, it felt like my brain was gonna come out of my head.
Yeah.
It was really scary. I was frightened. I'll tell you about that. I wasn't scared that day as much as, you know, because I said, hey, listen, there's a couple hundred cops coming out of the street at me.
Yeah.
There's no way we're going to get away from this scot-free. So, you know, I was going to try to make sure that I can capture as much as I can on film and hopefully be able to use it in court for somebody. Because we tell people, cop watch, what we do is try to prevent things by keeping a camera on stuff. If we can't prevent something from happening, then document it.
Yeah.
Which is why I stopped to document the guy beating. Then I got, you know, oh brother.
Yeah.
I got smacked around pretty good. I was, when they kettled us at the YMCA in J28, I was actually the last one taken in.
Wow.
They took
everybody. The whole day?
Yeah. I mean, there was a couple hundred of us there. They took everybody else first, and they kept me there. And I thought, oh shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna get me on this one. But, you know, so I had been cuffed and all that. And so they came, and I said, oh, fuck. I just took a deep breath and said, okay, this is it. And it turned out they were pretty cool after that, especially when they found out I was 65.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they all looked at each other like, whoa, you know. And so they, all of us who got both days, well, we were only in jail 12 hours. The first stage, 8/28th, and some people were in Santa Rita for, I think, days after that, until Jerry Brown called him and said, hey, let those people out of jail.
Yeah.
And, oh man, boy, oh man. But we were in jail for all the injured people, all the people that required, you know, requested to see a doctor. They let us out early, you know, to avoid the press coming around. That day there was all kinds of jail support outside for us, and as we came out, you know, we got sandwiches and everything like that. May 1st, I was only in jail for 8 hours, but I couldn't get my property for 2 days, and my wallet was in there. The only thing I had were the clothes that I was wearing, and some cash that they counted and gave me back then. But I went to the station and said, hey, I want to get my property. They said, well, you can't do it for a couple days. I said, wait a minute, my wallet's in there, my keys are there, I can't get in my house. He said, well, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. Still fucking with us. Still fucking with us any way they could. They didn't like us. They don't like us now. So, but I got my property back, and when I finally got everything taken care of, then I realized that I had some damage done, you know. So, but it was less physical and more mental. And the doctor told me that I went in 5 months later, and he said, what you have is post-concussion syndrome.
Ouch.
He said, what happens then is every individual has a different reaction to a concussion. So you could get over it in a week, could take a month, could take a year, could take a couple years. He said some people never get through it. And he said, it looks like you're doing pretty good for a guy your age. He said, what are you taking for it? I said, willow bark, you know, from the natural food store. And I said, and a lot of pot. And he kind of smiled, and he said, when you got hit with a billy club, did that hurt? And I looked at him like, you know, I wanted to say something, but I said, this guy could wind up saving my life someday, so I don't want to insult him. But I gave him such a scathing look, he kind of backed up a little bit, like, you know. But, and he said, what it's about is, he said, it sounds like you're doing everything right. I said, it's not my first concussion, so I could tell that. But you just need to keep doing it. If it gets worse, give me a call. If it doesn't, you're going to be okay.
How do you feel now?
Oh, I feel good. It's just been in the last couple of weeks that I haven't. I noticed about maybe 45 days ago that the headaches were beginning to lessen.
Good.
They'd be as intense but less often. You know, so gradually it got to the point where, you know, it got to the point where I would watch videos of what happened that day, and I'd get a pounding headache. It was like I was reliving it. It was some kind of post-traumatic syndrome that a lot of people went through here. I think most everybody who was involved
it's hard to see
in
all that
any way,
stuff
shape,
and go
or
through
form. You know, everybody's got it in some way, shape, or form. And one thing I've learned recently about that is in the military, what they're doing to make it more desirable for people in a very macho military situation to go in and say, yeah, I've got this, is they decided not to call it post-traumatic syndrome or post-traumatic stress disorder. They're calling it a post-traumatic stress injury. So it's like, for some reason, disorder is less acceptable than injury. And more people are responding to the injury part of it. They're even thinking about giving people, especially the ones that have been, you know, hit by IEDs over there and had that, post-traumatic stress thing. They're even thinking about giving people Purple Hearts because of that.
Wow.
It is an injury received in a situation that if a person had physical results of it, they would have gotten a Purple Heart.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes good things come from bad things.
Yeah. Well, keep up the good work and
yeah.
stop getting concussions.
Yeah. I'm going to try to avoid that.
Yeah. Thank you.